and there's Shovel Knight.
All right, I'm gonna continue the thing that's going on in the chat right now.
There's a thing going on in the chat. You're stepping on my cord.
Bayonetta.
Bayonetta.
Is she just like blatant male masturbation sex fantasy material, or is she just a character who embraces her own sexuality? I don't think that Bayonetta is super fucking hot or anything.
Can she be both?
I suppose yes, she could. I think like I don't even know the damn fucking character near Automata.
Yeah.
Run around with that bare wet ass.
Yeah.
That's far more sex object kind of deal as compared to Bayonetta.
Agreed. Well, because as far as in the first couple of hours, there was no hint of a character of that hot wet ass in Nier Automata.
Mm-hmm.
But Bayonetta, she has a clear character, and part of her character is embracing her own femininity, and God bless her for it.
Am I getting levels? Am I testing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you're bleeping and you're blooping.
Mics sound bad. We sound weird.
We sound weird?
That's what I'm hearing.
Sound is really bad.
Is it recording from the camera? Are we set up properly with the double check? We recently used the microphones and our audio recording equipment for something else.
What?
Yeah. So it's entirely possible something is set wrong.
Mics sound like a phone mic. Well, that's not how it's supposed to be.
Which makes me wonder if we're not recording audio from the fucking cam.
You know what? It looks like we actually are.
All right.
Sound quality about to get better. Okay. What in the butt? Okay, I just switched over to our H6, and so tell me if everything sounds normal now. Yes, fixed. Hey, welcome. There we go. Sorry about that, everyone. It's not quite a prereq stream unless we're either late or there's a technical difficulty, and we weren't that late today.
It wasn't that big a technical issue because we solved it real quick.
Exactly. Well,
so, in the grand scheme of things, doing pretty good.
We've been doing this long enough now. So, Bayonetta. What we were talking about was Bayonetta. Rich's question was she purely a fan service sex object, or did
just
she...
a well-realized character who happens to enjoy her sexuality?
That's what she is. 100%. She is a deep character.
Because I like that character.
Yeah.
And it's not because I think she's hot. I think she's a fun character.
You know what? That's an added bonus. That's icing on the cake. There's plenty of shots of her walking away that I enjoy. But you know what? It doesn't matter because they gave her a full character.
Okay.
She has ups, she has downs. We know what her goals are. We know where she comes from. And we know that she embraces her own womanhood.
I am not eating the mic. The mic is like 2 feet from my goddamn face.
That's Rich's magical voice.
Yeah.
Rich has a magical voice. So no. She's a great character. She's a wonderful character. Okay, we did Plague Knight already. So what we want to do is Spectre Knight. Spectre of Torment. That's what we're playing tonight.
She literally looks like a Barbie. Do you find a Barbie to be sexually attractive? Is my question to you. It's an exaggeration. It's a caricature. It's not a turn-on.
A caricature.
Necessarily.
I'm going to be ghosty. Her character... Wait, is that supposed to be a negative thing?
It's just the debate.
It's the debate.
About whether or not Bayonetta is a sex object or something. I don't know.
But see, that's the thing. Is like Bayonetta is not a sex object. A sex object is something that has no life of its own, right?
It exists only to be used.
Exactly. That's what an object is. And Bayonetta is a character who happens to be sexy.
Bayonetta uses.
Huh?
Bayonetta uses.
Shit, yeah, she does. She's great. Bayonetta's great. Bayonetta's fantastic. That's you know. That was one of my favorite parts. Is just her as a character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long ago, the lands were untamed and roamed by legendary adventurers.
And, you know, she wears her hair. That's kind of disgusting, really.
Well, it's witch hair. It's witch hair, so we don't know, like... We don't know, like, if that's, like, if it's better than other hair.
Yeah, you know, they're not going to be happy unless it's her armpit hair.
Who?
Bayonetta. If she were wearing her armpit hair, then it would be fine.
Well, you have to assume some of it's her armpit hair. I mean, if she can grow it out, that means she can suck it back in, too, right?
That would really change the game, wouldn't it?
But, I mean, if you think about it, you never see her hair attached to her outfit.
You see it go into, like, a portal. If she like, lifting her arms, and the hair were going into, like, 2 little portals when she did her demon attacks, that would be different.
Well, no, here's my thought, is I'm thinking that her outfit is her armpit and nether hair.
Okay.
Because it's not connected to her top hair at all. And then she has to suck it in.
Oh, it is.
Huh?
It is.
It doesn't look like it. Her
It
top hair's
is.
up in a bun.
It goes. Part of it's in her bun, and then part goes back down into her shoulders, where it kind of merges in with her outfit.
Oh, I guess I didn't pay that much attention. Ooh. Oh, okay. Look, you can climb up walls. Neat. So now with Plague Knight, an issue I had with it was the exact same maps,
Yeah.
just with Plague Knight. Oh, you can only climb up these walls. And I was told that with this there are new maps, so I'm excited about that.
So, what is this called?
This is a Shovel. Oh, did we not update Chatty?
We didn't update Chatty.
Oh, I thought we were on top of it.
Shovel Knight.
This is a Spectre of Torment. Is the name of this. The Master. Yes, we both did. We both beat Bayonetta.
Yeah. In general, I don't know, Jack.
Do you
I love the character.
Do you want to spoil it before it comes out?
I love the sure.
Okay.
I love the character.
Okay.
I love the idea of a fast-paced action game. I just didn't find that many of the actual combat encounters that satisfying.
Overall,
Not enough fun enemies to fight. Those annoying claw swipey guys came up a lot.
Yep.
I did not like fighting like angel boats.
Angel boats?
Those big angel boats
They
were
didn't
dumb.
come up that often.
And most of the boss fights I didn't care much for.
Because most of the boss fights turned into repetitive, wait for your moment, and then do a quick time event.
Yeah.
Overall, the only saving grace to Bayonetta is the wonderful character of Bayonetta. It is super repetitive. It is long stretches of boring. It gets old really fast. Without the good character, this would have been a forgotten. Ooh.
I like the Jean fights.
Oh, the Jean fights are fantastic.
Not technically the last boss, but the boss right before the last boss. I like
Yeah.
that fight.
Yeah. Fucking a lot of quick time events in the boss fights. Very unsatisfying.
Try refreshing. I had just updated Twitch.
Yeah, sorry about that. We thought we were on top of it. So then you all got the email that we were playing. What were we playing last time?
Always hated the Angels and Bayonetta. They would look great if it was a comic, but they're too obnoxious and weird. That's actually close to a biblical description of an angel, though. They're supposed to be horrific and fearsome. Angels are not supposed to be beautiful.
Uh-huh.
That's... You think that because of Michelangelo paintings. But if you look at the fiction, there's hideous, monstrous. Some of them have like 3 heads, and it's like a lion and an eagle. They're not humans with wings.
Right, and you know what? I actually really liked the angels. The problem was that's all you fought for 90% of the game. That opening scene, you know, we did that live. That opening scene where you're first fighting the angels, that was super fun. They come down and yeah, they're beasts. That was great, but how about some fucking variety? Oh, fuck you.
Did Rich just call the Bible fiction? What else would you call it?
Damn! We're gonna play a little story game called Rich and Jack Are Unapologetic Atheists. We've talked about this many times!
It's not a big deal.
And it's really not a big deal. We try not to get militant unless you bring it up, so try not to bring it up. Ooh, I like the little skull things. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I like those. I like those little jumpy parts. Ah, fuck you too. What? Ah, okay. I get it. Bayonetta 2 fixes all the issues you have with it. You know what? I would be really interested in playing Bayonetta 2 because I think some of Bayonetta was good. There was a lot of good in there, like her character.
Yeah.
One of our biggest problems. Again, this is a little spoiler for the review that's about to come out. Is there were too many combo options, and no,
not enough of them were useful.
Well, I think the biggest problem was there was no space to practice your combos, because the game had this area where you were supposed to practice your combos during the loading screens, but the game loaded too fucking fast. And so you could never practice your combos, and so it just... There we go. Nice. I just wanted to... I wanted a blank area to practice all my combos, and I never got that.
You could have redone the tutorial, I don't know, whatever.
Make the tutorial a button to get out instead of automatically getting out once you load it.
They give you all of those moves. All like the spin thing you could do, and you'd be able to do the 360 gun.
Yeah.
That was never useful.
That was
never useful.
Yeah, agreed.
You would break dance.
Yep.
And you would do like the 2 short combos a lot. Because that's what would kind of work.
Yeah, you know, it was just about how can you get to that hair combo the quickest. The sword, my sword, I use the sword a lot, so like basically for me it was all just Y.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes Y, A, or B. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. What, you didn't want to play the game 6 or 7 times to master everything? For shame. No, you know why I didn't want to do that? Because it got really boring and repetitive. Really boring and repetitive. And we're already going through the same levels, what, 4 or 5 times with different skins? So then you replay the game and then you're going through the same levels a dozen times. Oh my god, I suck.
And I think I even said in the review, I don't know what's going to leave it in, that like mastery could have been the issue. Still,
Sure.
my first time through, certainly not that sad. Not like I hated it, but you know, not that satisfying.
Well, yeah, it really wasn't. And you know what? The boss fights definitely leave a sour taste in your mouth.
Nothing changes the fact that I don't like most of the major boss fights.
And that's a huge part of the game, and like it leaves a sour taste. Shit.
Neo Axed says, "Hey guys, keep up the fun stuff. I was wondering how you guys ended up having Tim Heidecker over for that episode of Half in the Bag. Was he familiar with you guys before? How'd that come about?" Mike and Jay are really the ones saying. I don't know how that came about because I wasn't involved in like any of the communication. Actually, that day I think I had something else going on somewhere else,
and
I wasn't even here.
I also wasn't here that day. What I know for sure is that Tim and Neil Hamburger were doing a tour, and they were in Milwaukee as part of their tour.
And I don't want to say anything because, like I said, I didn't really have any communication with them personally, but I think it was just a fan of our stuff and wanted to just do a little something to help us out.
Yep.
I think that's all that was.
Oh, absolutely. And they just happened to be in town, and they happened to have a free day, and it worked out. It worked out that way. That wasn't a have our people call your people situation. That was just a, hey, it'd be really neat if we could do this, and it worked out. One of the downsides of working out of Milwaukee is is not a lot of people come through here.
Screech.
Huh? We got
Screech.
Screech, and sometimes people come through on tour.
RCMCME84 says, "Hey guys, can't stay tonight, but here's some money towards the Save the Wheel Fund." What will happen to the wheel?
I have no. I mean, it's in the garbage as far as we know. The wheel.
It's the last wheel episode.
This is the last one. It's the last episode, and I'm sorry.
I know people enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
And those episodes are liked, but we're never gonna do it again.
That's true.
Because the wheel broke. Weirdly, in half. That is so fucking odd.
Right?
The way it broke.
Oh, nice.
Dishters says, "Hey guys,
Hi, Disher.
I used to live 2 blocks from the Avalon in Milwaukee.
Oh, it's a great theater.
So I'm so glad I moved out of WI. Awful weather, cryptosporidium in the water,
Well, that's like a decade ago.
and everyone was miserable. How can you stand it?
You get maybe,
Barely. It wasn't my fucking idea to come up here.
Maybe you were just hanging out with dickheads. I don't know. Like the people I'm around are great. That's on you, man.
There's a comical amount of state pride.
In Wisconsin,
Yeah,
that's every state.
No,
That's
it's
a
not.
state
Illinois
thing.
doesn't give a fuck about the state.
I like
People in Chicago, you think they give Illinois this, Illinois that? No.
You don't think?
No, I grew up there. I know.
All right. Maybe that's a weird thing for us then, but hey, I'm okay with that.
Tell someone up here I'm originally from Chicago, they'll look at you like disgustedly.
Well, you are our sports rival.
You know what? If I meet someone from Wisconsin when I lived in Illinois.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not. Must be Hudson. Is it nice up there? Someone from up here finds out I'm from Illinois. The Bears suck. Yeah, okay. It's called a bubbler. People up here, they like to call water fountains
bubblers.
bubblers.
Yeah, because the water bubbles up from them.
No, it doesn't.
Like,
There is no bubbling at all
It-
involved with a water fountain.
It like bubbles up.
No, it doesn't.
It like blah, 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 blah. It's a bubbler.
It's like a spring, like a fountain. There are absolutely no bubbles involved, no bubbling action, no gurgling.
There's like a
It's a
bubble, bubble.
stream.
It's like
It's
a
a
bubble,
fucking
bubble, bubble,
stream
bubble.
that shoots out when you push in the lever.
It's like a bubble, bubble, bubble. And then you don't get confused with what a real water fountain is. And a water fountain is, like something that's in a park with water coming out of it. That's a water fountain. That's a fountain with water in it. Like that's a real water fountain. There we go. That's how I did it. That's how I did it. I've been trying to get that skeleton.
So, from what we used this for last, is my volume actually turned up too high on the knobs?
No, it's everything. Everything should
Are we
be.
sure?
Everything should be.
This is.
It's between 5 and 6, which is where we always have it. Are people still complaining that you're too
Yeah.
loud?
Yeah.
Okay, hey, someone say, tell me, is Rich significantly louder than me? Or are we both just loud?
And if we're both just loud,
You can
turn your sound
turn it
down.
Right. Dreamer TK saying volume all good.
all right, I'm not gonna worry about it.
Rich, you're too quiet. It's great. Sounds great. Okay, I've heard enough people say it's great where it's fine. Great. I'm going to be fine. But, I don't know. I've always, but you know, I grew up around here, so it's like, I'm not married to calling it a bubbler, but that makes sense to me. It's a bubbler.
So basically, people from Wisconsin are snobby about being from Wisconsin.
No, again, I just think
I don't get it.
You're just
I
running
don't
into
fucking get it.
assholes. That's not all people from Wisconsin. You're just running into assholes. And you know, if you lived right by the Avalon, that's like hipster neighborhood. So yeah, maybe you ran into some assholes. But you know, that's gonna happen no matter where you live. The assholes are everywhere. There's not a lot you can do about it.
We tried the compressor. It didn't work. The compressor did not work.
Yeah, if chat remembers, and obviously you don't, the compressor gave an unbearable hum to everything. If you remember, we tried a compressor, and then there was an awful hum, a buzzing noise, which could have been ants in the compressor. We found out that the compressor had ants in it. Do you remember that?
No, never buy a used compressor again, Jack. I think that's the lesson learned here.
It was our first time using it. I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on something that I would end up wasting. You know, like nice.
Death Metal 616.
We got our money back because it had ants in it.
Says Rich. Today I watched Recipe for Disaster on YouTube. What exactly was going on in that movie? Was it supposed to be abstract? Curious what you and Mike were trying to accomplish. We were trying to accomplish Mike was in town, and he likes to just put me on camera and do weird things.
Yeah.
That's what Mike enjoys doing with his free time.
No, Mike has made a career out of that, Rich. I'm sorry. That's no longer a hobby for Mike. That is business. That hum meant everything to me. Oh, yeah, someone was remembering the hum.
Oh, yeah.
The hum of the Ooh. What?
Oh, my God.
What?
He's got a dinosaur now.
That's great. Get out of here, Black Knight, you dick.
I just got a decent amount of health, Jack. You might be fucked, Jack.
Oh, that's possible.
Nah, you're doing good. You're doing good.
I don't know. Oh,
Stay on target.
stay on target.
Stay on target. Moki B85 says, "Hi, Wreckers.
Hello, Moki.
Watching some past prereq episodes like The Order 1886.
Ah, that's a great one.
Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Final boss fight was a recycled QuickTime event and ends on a gunshot cut to black. Like, what the fuck? With love, Moki."
Oh, the Order.
Oh, God.
Here's the great thing I will say about the Order. Because it was so short, we were able to play the whole thing, film an episode, and get it out in a relatively short amount of time. We didn't have to worry about no darn 20 hours of gameplay there.
Insolent King 2016 says, "Evening, guys. Rift Tracks did Samurai Comp last week, and it was great. But they came up with a rocking action theme song, and the lyrics are killer.
Oh.
You should check it out if you can. Stay great." Okay. I ain't got nothing against the Rift Tracks people.
No.
Are they involved with the Mystery Science Theater reboot or revival or?
I mean, I know it's a fairly the cast and the writers are all fairly new. I think some of the old people might be involved. I honestly don't know because I've never been a huge fan and I haven't seen the revival.
Right.
So.
Lots of no's in the chat.
What?
I'm assuming
The
you're
Rift Track
answering.
people?
Yeah.
Well, because Rift Track and Cinematic Titanic were both old, former Mystery Science Theater people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So. If I know anything, and I don't. Oh, hello. What?
David, I know people says Rich and Jake. Injustice fun fact number 1.
Injustice.
You can play as Stephen. Was it Arnells or MLs? Green Arrow. I think it's MLs. Or, it could be an R and an N or it could be an M. We don't really know. It's a little small, a little fun. P.S. Walk for Science, Rich. What's the deal with all the Walk for Science thing? I know there was a thing.
Yeah, there's.
I don't know what it was.
Oh, it's just one of those. The idea behind it is a big showing of support for evidence-based policies.
Okay.
So
Okay.
It was just one of those things that like
I can get behind that.
like obviously like with the Trump administration, they're kind of gutting the EPA, Environmental Protection Agencies, and Trump himself is a climate change denier. And so it was just one of those, hey, what if we used evidence in our policy?
I'm not in any rush to get involved with politics, but I support science.
Yeah. Yeah, and I went to the walk here in Milwaukee.
It's our best method of understanding the world around us.
Right.
And history has proven that we've gotten many great benefits out of science.
Yes.
The fact that you're watching this right now is because of science.
Science, exactly.
That's not... Jesus didn't do that.
Hey,
Jesus didn't give you your fucking iPhone. That was science.
We all also we respect your right to your faith, and your beliefs are your beliefs as long as they don't wreck our day. You can believe whatever you want as long as it doesn't fuck with us. So it was here in Milwaukee. Actually, a large amount of people turned out. A shocking amount of people turned out, and it started kind of downtown by the rep, and basically we just walked. We walked a fair distance in a circle.
Yeah.
And there were people there talking. There were, like community sign-up events. There were like, hey, get on a phone call list to call Congress people. It was a really nice event. Everybody had amusing signs. Ran into a lot of people. Me, Lisa, and the boys went.
Okay.
They got a little bored after a while because they thought we were going to look for science. And we kept trying to explain to them, like, no, science isn't like a glowing ball that we can find. Science is everywhere. And they're like, yeah, but on the walk, we're going to find science, right? And it's like, well, that's not... Oh.
I think science is a Pokemon.
Exactly. They thought that was... And so it was just like, well, kind of, but not... Oh, how do you explain that to children, to dumb children? So it was just... They got a little bored after a while, but...
A wild anthropology has appeared.
Oh, they would have been so happy.
Anthropology.
You know what? I should have busted out the
Hoping for astrophysics. I want a shiny astrophysics.
You know what? Can I just let him go, the anthropologist? We should have busted out Pokemon
I got
Go.
3 of those. They're worthless.
They're worthless. They're worthless. I should have, you know what? I didn't think about it. I should have busted out the Pokemon Go. I didn't think about it.
Bryce 110 says, "Hey, fellow atheists. Let me ask you, what is your genuine opinion about ad blocker? Honestly, look at it as a consumer, not creator. Very curious to know. Thanks.
I want. So well, here's the ups and downs.
Yeah.
Here's what we got. Ads do, like, as a YouTuber, ads do very little for us.
Yeah.
But they still do something. I think we talked about this before. Like, you're talking about like $1 about every 1,000 views. Not a lot. Maybe, like, if you're lucky, you get $1 1,000 views, right? Which is not a lot of money. But the reason you're doing that, you're getting so low, is because so many people use ad blockers. That being said, you're messing up the system. You're messing up the numbers. You're messing up everything. I don't know how I can best explain this.
Well, as an atheist, my opinion on ad blocker would be absolutely no different were I a theist.
Thank you.
That's the first thing I think I need to point out.
I was about to be like, a rich? Is it what? Is this a thing we want to?
I know I don't use one, but any YouTube ad that doesn't entertain me, I'm very quick to hit the skip button.
Absolutely. Well, and advertisers are starting to learn that. And they're starting to get more clever with their ads. And more importantly, they're starting to get shorter and to the point. But ads don't really do anything. Mm-hmm. It's really hard, as someone who has created advertisement for the web and created pre-roll ads, that, like, I've done that in the past, where it's like we have to make something short and to the point so people don't skip it, right? Then tracking... What the other side of ad agencies do is they track ad views to tangible results. Like, if 100 people view this ad, how many of those people will go to our website?
So few of the ads I see are things I would actually be interested in purchasing anyway.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And then it's like, so but that's part of what Google does, is they try to, with algorithms, figure out what people want to see which ads. Mm-hmm. But it's still a big gamble. And so the ad industry is in a constant state of flailing.
Not all ads are skippable. Yeah, but they're usually very short. I'll put up with 15 seconds. I'll put up with that. I mean, I'm old, though. I remember actually having to deal with commercial breaks. Like, when I used to watch the Discovery Channel, back when they actually had worthwhile content.
Yeah.
God, they were the worst with commercials. Can you remember, like, how much of Mythbusters was... You get like a minute of show. Then you get 5 minutes of fucking advertisement.
Yep.
Then when they come back to the show, 30 seconds is fucking recap of the shit they just did. Then you get 30 seconds of new content. Then you get another fucking 5-minute block of commercials.
Oh, I remember.
So, relatively speaking,
yeah,
15 seconds ain't nothing.
15 seconds, and sometimes that's for like for us, I run, for our cut up streams, I run one ad every half an hour. So if we have, at the beginning and then every half an hour and at the end. So if we have a 2-hour stream on YouTube, what are you getting there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're getting five commercials for 2 hours. That's nothing. Mm-hmm. Nothing. So, and just remember, this is how people make money. And if you want the shows to, keep being shows, the least you could do is view ads on them. Mm-hmm. And then you have to start talking about stuff like, Patreon and tips for us and doing other stuff. Buying merchandise is super important. Like, there's so many things that you can do to help a creator, but the least you could do is ads. And so you're going out of your way to hurt creators with ad block.
Yeah.
Ad block is going out of your way to hurt creators.
But if you're actually going out of your way to support them, block those fucking ads. I don't give a shit.
You know what? I will say this: there are some people who like I'm a patron of some
Right.
people, and they still run ads on their YouTube videos, and you have to go, come on, come. I'm looking at you, Red Letter Media, and you just have to be like, why are you running ads? You have the support that you need. I shouldn't be seeing an ad. I'm just joking. I don't support.
We're hacks and frauds.
You're hacks
Jack.
and frauds. I don't support Red Letter Media on Patreon, so it doesn't matter.
That's, you know what? That's why we have ads, Jack.
Because me.
With the threat of them being able to demonetize your video or someone else being able to swoop in and monetize your video,
Yep.
you know, it makes a lot of sense to not be dependent on those ads. Makes a lot of sense.
Oh well, and you.
Which is why the other things are important for the content creators.
Oh right. Well, and you know, as far as ads are concerned, playing so many like YouTubers who I follow have talked about like playing the YouTube game, about, you know, getting content out fast, like this is and cheap, like reaction videos, you know, those collider videos that everyone seems to love to hate, that the Nerd Crew rips on. It's like, that's a way to get content out fast. Let's Play videos. The whole uprising of Let's Play videos is literally part of this system of getting content out every single day that's easy to edit. Mm-hmm. With recognizable things like a video game that you love.
Which is why our YouTube channel is doing so well.
We don't do Let's Plays, Rich. We do live streams. They're very different. Very different, Rich. Very, very different. But you know, obviously we got into the game a little late.
Yeah.
And you know,
we're weird, Jack. I'm not sure who we appeal to.
Right?
Apparently, these people.
With just these people.
I'm not sure why.
But the moral of the story here is, if you use ad blocker, what you are going out of your way to hurt content creators. And if that's something you want, sure, but I don't know why. I don't know why. These people give you entertainment, and all they ask for is a little bit of your time.
David, I know people, says Rich. Can you sell me the comics, please? How do I get in touch?
Oh, is someone still asking for your comic book collection?
I don't even know that I don't even know that I am getting rid of them yet, so you're premature. If I ever actually do decide to get rid of them, you'll probably hear about it. Ooh, just think.
Ooh, there we go. Oh.
Nothing interesting?
No, it's just like stats.
Ah.
Just stats, which is fine.
Purple Space Bazooka says, "Evening, guys. Apologies if this was asked earlier in the stream,
Hi.
but will you be playing the new Mario Kart in stream? I'm getting it soon, and would love to be a part of a pre-rec racing night. Thanks."
I feel two ways.
This is entirely up to you.
Right? I feel two ways about this, Rich.
Yeah.
One, I kind of want the new Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Not because it'll be anything different than the old Mario Kart, but because my kids play my Wii U all the time, so I can never play Mario Kart. And so it's like, just getting a copy that I can play Mario Kart on would be great. But also, the Mario Kart Deluxe, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is nothing but the old Mario Kart with a DLC package on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that. And I hate that. That being said, and you know what? And if we stream it, then I can definitely justify getting it. So yes, absolutely. The answer is yes.
Are they coming out with Brawl on that thing? We've never done Smash.
Have we not?
No, never. Not once.
There is no announcement for Super Smash Brothers.
No? Oh, well then just wait. It'll be.
Oh, of course it'll be.
It'll be the exact one they came out with for the Wii U with some DLC added on top.
I know.
Hey, nobody bought that version. Why let it go to waste, Jack?
What?
I think you get to choose who you fight.
Interesting.
I think. So is the overworld map gone in this?
Apparently. Interesting. Interesting.
It wouldn't even be fair. I've never played Smash. And you're fairly enthusiastic about it.
I like Smash a lot. I'm a big.
I would make for a great Jack punching bag that stream.
Well, that's fun. That'll be fine.
Oh yeah, oh sure it will. Yeah.
Well, that'll be fine, and you know what? We can probably get some. They'll probably have some sort of online play where we can get people to play with us.
What characters do Jack and Rich main in Brawl? Well, I haven't played Smash anything since I rented the very first one on an N64 once when I was much younger. I didn't really care for it all that much.
It's to me it's a fantastic fighting game because of the sumo rules. Oh shit.
Well, I'm a single player guy, and
Right.
until I met you, none of my friends were into games. Mike and Jay don't give a shit about
Right.
games.
Well, we're gonna change that, Rich. That was always to me the fun thing about Smash as compared to other fighting games. Is Smash goes by sumo rules, which is not who can just defeat the most. Not who can defeat the most hit points, but who can throw the other player out of the arena.
Yeah.
And hit points just make them easier to throw out the arena. So it adds this fun, like, visceral feel to it. Just like smacking your opponent outside of the arena is incredibly satisfying.
Bento Box of Doom says, "Hey guys, my girlfriend is a huge RLM fan, but she's really sick tonight. It would mean a lot if you could say, 'Feel better, Uni!' Pronounced Uni.
Oh,
So I
you
got it
did
right.
it.
I got it
Nice.
right. Thank you guys. And hashtag Rich Suck My Cock.
Hashtag? Are we hashtagging that?
I got a hashtag Rich Suck My Cock.
All
Which,
right.
not gonna happen.
mean-
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, Rich doesn't swing that way.
But your girlfriend wouldn't mind that?
I mean, also, your girlfriend's listening in. You just said that she's listening in. So it's like, are you sure you want to make this proposition? Think about that, man.
Hey, they could be into some kinky shit, Jack.
Oh.
I don't think I can go there.
Fuck.
Huff-Hearted says, "Good evening, Rich and Jack.
Good evening.
In college, I once was asked to play in a weird band that played songs from video game levels, mostly from Super Metroid. What is your favorite video game music / soundtrack?"
While I enjoy the classics, my answer is usually the Risk of Rain soundtrack, which is a soundtrack that I just listened to shit on my own.
I'm assuming these would have to be I couldn't pick like the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas soundtrack.
Yeah, the scores.
Right,
Is what they're asking
right.
For. Video game scores.
That's not an easy question.
No, it's not an easy question.
The intro music from the NES Ninja Gaiden 2. Oh wait, no, that's the first one I'm doing now. They're both good. The intro songs from both those games are good. First one goes more like that one's good.
Okay.
The second one though is this kind of slow build up to epicness. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's more and more epic every time they go through it. And, how's it go? The one from Mega Man 2. I get it stuck in my head for weeks at a time, and now I can't even think of how it frickin' goes. It's like the first or second Wily stage. And it's like the best Mega Man music.
You got me, man. You know what game I always forget about when we talk about great video game soundtracks? Is Katamari Damacy.
Yep.
That's a fucking wonderful soundtrack. Na 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 da Katamari Damacy. Dun 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 dun. Every song is, you know, at least for the first game, like every song was this weird, quirky thing, all so Japanese and weird. It was great. That was a great soundtrack. Oh, hello. Whoa, what?
I like a lot of the No More Heroes music.
You would.
Yeah. That's part of why I like those games.
Whoa.
I've admitted that a lot of the appeal for No More Heroes to me, it's characters and cutscenes and music makes up for gameplay, which, you know, isn't the best. It's good. It's decent.
A good character can go a long way. Looking at you, Bayonetta. A good character can go a long way to redeem negative qualities of a game or a movie, right? Like, or anything. Oh, hello. Oh, hello.
Yes, Philistine is a great song in No More Heroes 2, but I can't sing it. And I should not sing it.
Sounds like this is something you should sing, as I guess what I'm hearing. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Basically, it's the boss's song, and basically it's about how she's very hot, and how he's such a loser. That's kind of how the lyrics go, and if I sang that, it would just be weird on so many levels.
It sounds like exactly something you should sing.
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm hearing. This sounds like a perfect Rich Evans songs.
Please don't sing it, Rich. I have no intention of singing Philistine. J.R.R. Lovecraft says,
Yep.
when people are told a bearded white man in a bathrobe is watching and judging everything they think and do, that person should call the police, not worship them as infallible.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Santa Claus for a little bit.
Well, you know, is there really all that much difference?
You want to talk about... You know what, Rich? You want to talk about one of the greatest backfires of all time?
What?
Christmas.
Yeah?
Oh, the Christians thought they were going to lock everyone down. We'll get Santa Claus. We'll get presents. Everybody's going to celebrate Christmas and remember Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Ultimate backfire. People love giving gifts. They love Santa. What's wavering in this occasion?
No.
Oh, hey, guess what? I'm making an epic fail compilation. Christmas.
I gave Bill Riley something to go on and on about, you know, back when he was still employed.
Before he sexually harassed a bunch of women. Sexually is what I said. Bill O'Reilly likes being inappropriate with women.
Elf Floors 984 before this goes on much longer, says. Love you, Jack, but fuck ads.
What? Fuck ads?
Yes.
That's how we make money, dog. We can't. There's not a lot we can do about the situation.
Tips,
That's true.
subs,
Nah, that's true.
you know,
Ads are part of it.
sure.
Ads are part of it.
I'm saying if you're helping us out and you want to block some ads, all right.
The problem is then you're throwing all the analytics that make
The whole point of being a subscriber is they don't get ads.
right. But here's where the logic starts to melt
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Let's have an extreme example, okay? Let's say all of our YouTube viewers decide to become a subscriber to us.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of our YouTube viewers then say, okay, then it is okay for me to block
Sure,
ads on YouTube.
sure.
We don't get a ton of views,
Right.
but every single viewer then, so none of our videos make any money for us on YouTube, or more importantly,
At that point, we're getting 1,000 more subs than we were before.
I'm just about to get to it. Rich.
Yeah.
More importantly, who's not making money in this equation?
YouTube.
YouTube.
That's true.
And then
That's true.
And then you have a lot of big channels doing the same thing. And then YouTube, and everyone's like, "Oh, YouTube's owned by Google." It doesn't matter, but it does matter because that's the platform in which you watch it.
Because if they're not making any more money on YouTube, they have no incentive to keep YouTube around. That's some outside the box thinking, Jack.
That's not outside the box thinking. YouTube is not very profitable.
Yeah.
Like Google is. Google is incredibly profitable, but YouTube is not very profitable, and it's a really great way to watch and share videos. If you block all of our ads on Twitch, and you give us tips through a third party that Twitch doesn't get a piece of, guess who doesn't want to host our videos anymore? Twitch.
Chad, if we're still talking about this, it's because you're still asking us about this.
You're still bringing this up, and this is something
I did not bring this up.
This is something that's really important to me, at least, because it's, how I make money. And everybody fucking loves to talk about ad blocking, like, it's fine, but there are real consequences to this. And we are, by the way, seeing those real consequences with YouTube's crazy ad blocking decisions, right? Mm-hmm. Because you guys don't like to give them money, they start backing their advertisers over their content creators, which is creating this huge hubbub with everyone. Where if y'all would just watch the fucking ads, they wouldn't have to worry about it. Or more importantly, YouTube Red. If everyone was a YouTube Red user, no one would have to ever worry about their content being fucked with again, because then YouTube wouldn't care about advertisers.
Tharticus says,
Oh, nice. There we go.
"Hi, Jack and Rich.
Hello. Fuck you. Not you, Tharticus. not you, Tharticus. That was a fuck you, Shovel Knight. I know that sounded bad, Tharticus, but Shovel Knight was just fucking with me with the little wall thing. See, look what they're doing. They're fucking with me. That was a fuck you, Shovel Knight, and that came out wrong.
Tharticus says, "Hi, Jack and Rich.
Hi, Tharticus.
I recently watched RLM past convention videos. The George Lucas gag in Chicago Comic-Con was great. Question: has nerd exploitation made pop culture better or worse? Thanks." Has nerd exploitation made pop culture better or worse, Jack?
It depends on which side you're looking at it from.
I'm not sure I have a definitive answer.
It depends on which side you're looking at it from.
How do you know what pop culture would look like right now without nerd exploitation? What would be popular?
Well,
I don't know.
That's the thing is from like a moviegoer or from like Marvel standpoint, they're really happy about nerd exploitation at the moment. It's doing really good things for their business. So Disney is super happy about nerd exploitation. You. As a consumer, I'm relatively happy with it because I get to watch a bunch of fun movies because I like comic book movies and I like action movies.
Look, I know the Big Bang Theory chat is the nerd equivalent to blackface, but I just don't watch it.
Yeah.
And you know how often it usually comes up in my life?
How often?
Never. I usually never have to hear anything about the. What is the damn show called? The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. You know what's up. Yeah, I've watched it exactly. I want to say I've watched it like 3 times. Because, at first it was just like, oh, this sucks. Well, maybe that was just a bad episode. No, this is really how it is. And then the 3rd time, I think like someone else was watching it and refused to not watch it, so I had to watch it. And it's terrible. It's a terrible show. Fuck you, game! Yeah. Oh my god.
Worse, my mom thinks that comparing me to Sheldon is a compliment. Yeah,
Oh, I know.
that character is just the worst kind of nerd blackface character ever.
Agreed. Oh, but that's, oh man, you're so much like Sheldon. I hear that all the time. And it's just like, wow. It's like, do you understand that that's an insult to me? Also, what does that say about me? That, like I'm socially awkward, and I mean, which is true. I am. Hello. Hello? Oh shit!
Jack, we're the only minority group that's not going to get our day.
What?
Nobody's ever going to care about nerd portrayal in popular culture. It's never going to happen. It's never going to we're always going to be the ones it's okay to kick. Always.
Yeah.
Somebody shows, that little girl showing a bit of thigh in a video game.
Yep.
Exploitation! Horror!
In the grand scale of things, I guess I'll be okay with it, but just because there's worse,
The guy, that character with the pocket protector and the glasses with the tape.
Yeah.
That's always gonna be around, Jack, and that's always gonna be okay.
Yeah. Again, grand scale, you kind of have to be okay with it, because you know why? Maybe not maybe not forever, Rich. Eventually, we're gonna weed out all those other ones, and there'll just be nothing left to complain about. So then finally, they'll start saying, hey, maybe we should let these nerds be. Oh, this is the worst.
Where's my safe space, Jack?
Huh?
Where's my safe space?
Anywhere you want it to be, Rich. Your safe space is at home.
It's not, because then the Big Bang Theory's on TV, Jack.
Yeah, but you can turn it off.
Jack.
You can turn it off.
What?
You
Oh!
You don't have to watch it.
Oh, that changes everything.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, I'm done with this. Trying to find some humor there. It's not really working. I'm done.
You know what? And that could be me, Rich. I might have not been picking up what you're putting down.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. All right. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
Let's go!
What's
What's in the news? What's in the news today?
What's next on Tip Roulette?
Did you hear about the trial of the girl who convinced her boyfriend to commit suicide?
No.
It's this incredibly fascinating story because I am not involved with it in any way. Sorry to bring you down.
Am I a monster for saying I don't think she deserves jail time if she was just her only crime was being really convincing?
Well, that's by the way, that's what they're trying to figure out. But apparently, like, they have her all of her like text logs and everything, and like apparently, like the boyfriend was like, ready to back out and like chicken out and like, I don't want to commit suicide. And she's like, no, you should definitely do it. You should definitely commit suicide.
Well, here's the question. Why? Was she being sarcastic or...
No, oh, no, it happened over a long enough period where like they're thinking like, no, she really just wanted him to kill himself.
How was she still his girlfriend?
Right? That's a great question. Well, obviously he had low self-esteem, Rich. Come on. Come on! Get with it! And so yeah, they're just trying to figure out like, well, what do we do about this? Like, can we charge her with anything? It's a really like it's going to be a very interesting legal case because it will certainly set some sort of precedent, right?
Yeah.
About like was she bullying? Not necessarily.
You know what? This is the first I'm hearing about this.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a strong opinion on this currently.
Yeah.
I really know nothing about this damn case. Fuck. Context is very important. Did she think she was joking? Did she think he was really gonna go through it? You know, these are all important questions.
From the texts, from the text logs, it looked like not only did she know he was going through with it, she helped him plan it out, and she kept telling him to do it when he said he was thinking about not doing it.
Okay.
So like, it does not look good as far as like any sort of her going, I was just joking.
It could have been a weird running joke.
I guess. I
got some weird running jokes with people that I'm not going to talk about here.
It's pretty clear from the text that she is a monster. Yeah. If she told him to rob a bank, would she be culpable? To me, that's the interesting thing. Like, obviously, she's a horrible person. But what can we do legally about that? That's the interesting thing. It's going to be a landmark case because if it's like let's say for example, the court finds that it has some sort of like involuntary manslaughter thing, accessory to something like that, right? Then other lawyers can use that against like, you know, bullies who bully people into suicide or whatnot. And so it's a very, very interesting. Oh shit. What is that? Why?
Leftover Bee Cake says, I am proud to support interesting quality entertainment on Twitch.
Yeah.
And also previously recorded
There
live.
we go. There it is.
You know, it's not a joke when it's quite so predictable. Oh, okay. In favor of Earth Day, I'm recycling my jokes. Well, you know, all right. You know what? That made it work. You saved it. You saved it.
It was over the course of several days or weeks. That's true. Yeah, her awful texts were like, were a nonstop bombardment of like, hey, are you committing suicide yet? You said you were going to commit suicide. Let's get on that. Let's make sure you do that. I want to make sure that you commit suicide.
And I'm not going to say anything about this because I literally have no context.
Oh, sure. No, I just thought
Oh, so you get new bosses.
Yeah. Yeah, new bosses. All this level is 100% new. There's like new devices. This is apparently a Shovel Knight prequel. So I don't know what that means, but
it means take place before Shovel Knight.
Well, I know, but I mean, I haven't been paying attention to. I understand what a prequel is. I haven't been paying enough attention to the story to tell you what consequence it has. Obviously, Shovel Knight fights Spectre Knight, so this is how he got. I'm not doing great as far as like not dying. I'm sure there's some way to.
Well, this is going to probably be a disappointing one for us to answer for you, but Anonymous says, Hi, guys! I was watching Mystery Science Theater 3000 earlier today, and I was wondering what you two thought of the show, new and old, since it's a little similar to Best of the Worst. Thanks! Wait, I've only seen like 2 episodes in my entire life. Even before we were doing Best of the Worst, when Mystery Science Theater was new and on TV, if I wanted to make fun of a bad movie, I would watch it with Mike or Jay, and we'd make our own jokes. I have nothing against Mystery Science Theater 3000. I had no use for it.
Yeah. And that's 100% my feelings. I saw that, you know, the show was very popular back in the day, especially if you were a film nerd. Everybody talked about it, and so I watched it, and I felt the exact same way, where I was like, oh, this is just what I like doing.
Right.
I don't want to watch other people make jokes.
I wish they would shut up so I could laugh at the bad movie.
Exactly. I was like, and you know, like, they're funny, sure, but it's like, I want to make my own jokes. So it was never a show I watched regularly. I've probably seen maybe 2, possibly 3 episodes in my whole life, and I haven't seen the new one. I assume that's the same for Rich. Some of the people involved are very funny. Obviously, Patton's on it, who I enjoy, but
I can't watch the new one because a movie might come up that we'll do on Best of the Worst someday, and I don't want to spoil it.
Of course, that's the other. Yeah, now we can.
Yeah.
Now we just can't. Dick. Come here, you dick. There we go. There we go. We did it. Patton is not good on it. Listen, I don't know if Patton's good on it or not. It's basically the same audience. Of course, it's the same audience as Best of Worst. So, like, Rich and, like, I understand why you would think we would be big fans of it, but unfortunately, it's just too close to what we do.
We're not really, like, it's not the same thing where they have a running commentary of the movie.
Right.
Best of the Worst is more just a search for good ones that we haven't seen before.
Well, and you have to understand the difference in the formats. For Best of the Worst, we watch the movie, then immediately discuss it.
Yeah.
And we are making up jokes on the fly.
Yeah.
Everything is made up same day, no writing.
There's not a script of any kind.
Yeah.
Not even really with the intros. It's like we'll talk briefly, like a minute or 2 before we start shooting it, if anybody has any ideas for a bit, but there's not like a script. The only time there's ever been a script for Best of the Worst is when there's been like a guest star.
Right.
Like Freddie, he's not used to being on camera. I might have something ready for him. But like, I think Jim and Colin probably don't even need anything like that.
Probably not.
They're old pros at this point.
Oh, sure.
They know what they're doing.
But Mystery Science Theater, a group of writers gets together, watches the movie several times, and tries to put their best joke forward.
Sure.
And like that, so like...
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, no, I'm just also saying, like, the formats of what we do are so different that I can understand why people like both.
It sounds like you're patting yourself on the back for not needing script, Jack. That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh God, no! I think I would love to do like a let's just sit down and write jokes, because that would be so much less pressure. Rich.
Oh, really? Oh, that would take all of the fun out of doing Best of the Worst.
Oh, that would, you know what? That would take the life out of it.
Yeah.
But you know what else that would do? Like, sometimes if I can't think of anything funny to say, I start to worry. Like, God damn it, I got to come up with a bit. We got to come up with a bit.
You know what? You know why I don't worry about that?
Why?
Because I know if I can't think of anything to say, someone else will.
Of course, well, oh yeah, and it always works. But just as someone who has worked in comedy for his professional career, it's just like, we got to do something funny. We got to do something funny. And I know that as soon as you stop thinking we got to do something funny will just naturally happen.
I have faith in you guys.
That's good. Oh, Rich, I have faith in you. I don't have faith in me. That's my problem. No, it's fine. I think scripting it would be a ton less pressure, which is why I would like that. But it's not going to happen because also the unscripted aspect is what makes it lively and unique. This is what I want. This is the weapon I want.
You go ahead and enjoy Mystery Science Theater 3000. I don't watch it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, people are always disappointed when they hear that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you like Best of the Worst, you probably also like Mystery Science Theater 3000. It's probably the case. So I'm definitely not trying to put them or what they do down.
Right.
Alright, I can't sing, and this is written like a song. And I don't even know what kind of song to sing this to. Is this like a pre-existing thing?
Which one?
You can read that one. Endochrome.
Yeah. Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. Guess I'll go eat some worms. Long ones, short ones, fat ones, skinny ones, ones that squiggle and squirm.
So that's the thing.
Nobody likes me.
I don't think I've heard that.
It's me. I think it's let's go eat some worms. Yeah, it's
What is that? Is that just like a playground thing?
I forget if it's a playground song or if it came from something specific, but that's where I heard it on the playgrounds.
Okay.
Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. Let's go eat some worms.
I'm glad I didn't read that because I could not have done that justice. I'm just not familiar with that.
Oh, okay. Ooh, here we go.
The off switch says, your viewers Star Wars I am reading that right. Your viewers Star Wars OT fans who also hate the prequels have an interest in the many aspects of filmmaking, deadpan humor, Star Trek, have lots of spare time, and also like computer games. $$$$$$$. I'm not sure what the point of this.
I think they're just saying like. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Your viewers, Star Wars OT fans who also hate the prequels, have an interest in many aspects of filmmaking, deadpan humor. So,
I guess that's a statement of who our fans are.
I guess.
And we know.
Yeah, we talk to you guys all the time.
We've met our fans.
And we have a pretty good idea of that you are into the similar things that we are.
Me personally,
Oh, no.
I never would have guessed that our fans like the Star Wars original trilogy. I never would have guessed that. So I'm glad somebody finally pointed that out.
Ay. Hello, treasure chest.
I think the off switch is just drunk.
That's very possible.
That's very possible.
I mean, that's possible for anyone, really. It's late at night. Start drinking. I'm not drunk,
Dishter says.
but we can fix that.
And yeah, sure, yeah, you start drinking whatever the fuck you want. Dishter says, speaking of good video game soundtracks, you guys should check out Wandering Souls. It's an indie PC game with a fantastic soundtrack. Some of the songs are the same guy who did Shovel Knight.
Oh. I get it.
Is it going on the list? This Wandering Souls?
I might have it already. That sounds very familiar.
Next stream, I kind of want to do Bayonetta too.
I think that's a great idea, Rich.
Because while I had issues with Bayonetta, I did not hate it, and I'm totally willing to give the second one a try.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, and I wholeheartedly support your decision. We have a capture card here. We just you need to bring the Wii U and Bayonetta too.
Right.
Obviously.
All right. Bento Box of Doom says.
Pinto Box of Doom?
Bento Bento.
Oh, okay.
Says, hey guys,
Hi.
not sure if you got my last one. And we did. And I already said feel better uni. I noticed you left out the hashtag Rich sucked my dick this time.
Oh, weird.
I noticed that's missing now.
Yeah, Bento. Maybe you should get Bento. Hey, good one, Jack.
But for uni's sake, feel better, uni. Anonymous says, Jack,
I'm Jack.
have you watched Patriot on Amazon yet? It's fucking amazing, and everyone needs to see it.
Patriot.
Quasi Edgar Wright style dark comedy. Extremely well made. Seriously, check it out.
I haven't seen it yet, but I haven't seen it yet. It's quite possible I forgot about it if you told me about it earlier. And
Chad, I would not hold your breath for Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2. I started playing the first one once, and I couldn't stand it.
did you play The Force Unleashed?
And I don't think I did. I think I just played it on my own a little bit once. So I was like, eh.
Oh, sure. Sure. I'm with you. Which one was The Force Unleashed?
God of War with Star Wars.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, pardon me. Shit. Get the fuck out of town. Get the fuck out of town.
I never got into God of War.
Yeah?
When it comes to that kind of brawler, Ninja Gaiden all the way. God of War, oh, that's QuickTime shit.
Yeah,
I couldn't
a lot of
stand.
QuickTime shit. A lot of QuickTime
Mashy
shit.
QuickTime shit.
You know what? The mashy didn't feel bad.
I remember I was hitting the X button, and those fucking things were going all over the entire screen, and things didn't have a chance to get close to me because he was swinging them everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was.
And then it was the worst kind of little mini X, Y, X. Oh, God, no. No.
I was saying, mashy didn't feel bad.
QuickTime events are almost never good.
Almost
never.
I'm trying to think of an example where a QuickTime event is good.
The dumbest, simplest ones, and when it's the same every time. Like every time you kill this 10 guy, you hit X.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't need it. But the more buttons you gotta hit, and the more strict they are about it, the worse it is. It's never a good mechanic.
No, and when they when they change it up on you, like, yeah, sometimes you hit this button, sometimes you hit this button. Fuck that. Fuck that QuickTime bullshit. Every time it's a mistake. Take note, video game developers. We hate them.
But you guys played garbage like Gears of War 4. Why not? We didn't really especially like Gears of War 4.
Yeah, you're not helping us. You're not convincing us. Tell us that it's just like Helldivers, and then maybe.
My opinion of Gears of War, I played 1 and 2, and they were acceptable. But I never got around to playing 3, so that tells you how strongly I feel about the series.
Yep. Me too, by the way.
Yeah.
Never got around to 3. And I liked Gears 1 and 2. They were fine games. Fuck you. Fuck you, Spectre Knight. Did you hate the ones in Vanquish at all? The QuickTime... Oh, that's a good question. You love Vanquish.
Yeah, I don't love those. The thing with Vanquish is there's just not that many of them.
Oh, okay.
Vanquish would be fine without them. But there's just not enough in there for me to get my panties in a bunch over it.
Sure. Well, good, because you know what? Like, once you get them in a bunch, then they're really hard to fold and put away.
There's like 4 or 5 in the
And then
game.
It's like you have to start doing your
Sorry.
laundry with like panties in bunches. What I recommend, Rich, is the steam cycle for your dryer. I don't know if you have that for your dryer. It debunches your panties really easily.
But there's like 4 or 5 of them
Okay.
in Vanquish, and they're associated with like mini bosses. I can deal with it.
Okay, and it's kind of the same thing every time.
Yeah, they're a little bit different for each one, but I mean it's like the one. They're simple. They're forgiving.
Sure.
It's not like if you don't hit it within the split second, you lose. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I'm with you. Nice. Nice! Hoi. Diamonds! Treasure! And it's perfectly okay that you stepped all over my panties thing because I didn't know it was happening either. And it's like sometimes you just don't know when you're going to go on a little panty joke. On a little panty joke mini adventure. That's what I was going on.
Just let it die. For crying out loud, let it die.
The panty joke?
Yes.
Nope. That's my only respite now is bringing it up enough.
All right, where to leave off here? Poke Alex in the eye says, Rich nerds, by definition, are people that are unlikable. No amount of geek pop culture or cute people wearing glasses will ever make being an actual nerd a good thing.
I think you're wrong about that. I've always associated being a nerd just being very passionate about a particular subject.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I get like right. I guess it just depends on what definition of nerd you're working with. But I've always just like considered nerds like just people who are really into one thing. Like, hey, I'm really into this one book series. I'm a nerd for this book series. You know.
I just like things. If I'm labeled a nerd, that's something I understand other people have labeled me as.
Uh-huh.
But I've never... I identify as a nerd, and I am a part of nerd culture. And as a nerd, I believe these things. I don't know. I don't do shit like that.
I think that's for the best. I think that's for the best, Rich. I identify with nerd culture. You know what? That's actually just the thing that confuses me the most is like nerd culture. How did we get there? How did we get to a point where we have our own culture? I don't think we do.
don't know.
I think it's just like nerd culture is just like, oh, you know, humans.
People assume this. I can't tell you how many people have assumed I know something about Dungeons and Dragons. And I've just got to be like, I don't know any of that shit. I've never roleplayed in my life.
Uh-huh.
I mean, what? And they're like confused. Well, you're a nerd. What?
You know what a natural 20 is though, right? Like
you actually know more about it than I do.
Fuck.
No, but people have just assumed.
Oh, sure. No, listen, I've forever been, you know, my family's default tech support person, and every time they have me come over to fix their computer, I tell them the exact same, and they're just like, "But you're so good with computers, you know, because you're a nerd." And I'm like, I'm not good with computers. I know how to Google the right thing. And if you just watch me, I'll just show you how I Google stuff. I can Google things and the internet knows the answer. And they're like, no, you're just so good at it. You know these computers so well. Stereotypes, Rich. Nerd culture stereotypes.
Anonymous says, this may sound strange coming from a stream tip, but I don't have anything weird or disturbing for you to read. I just wanted to say I appreciate what you guys do. LOL. Thanks for the stream.
Oh my god, that is weird.
Wow.
To hear. That's very weird to hear.
Wow. Anonymous says, ugh. Just ugh. Something displeased them. Enough that they had to tip us to say ugh.
So, at this point, who knows what it could be? Which is my favorite part about like reading tips, you know, so late. It's like I'm sure we said something that pissed him off. Oh, that's great. God damn it. That's great. Fuck you.
David, I Know People says, hello, exploited minorities.
Perfect timing.
Injustice fun fact number 2. It's not an open world game, and you have 3 weeks to make a review before 2 comes out. Also, Jack, you can play as Arrow. Somebody loves them some Injustice.
You know what? I do hear good things about the Injustice fighting game.
Yeah.
Just because I watch the Arrow TV show does not mean I give a fuck about the Arrow as a character.
I am the worst person to try and do any kind of review on a fighting game.
Right? I think I would be too, because it's just like, oh yeah, you hit people.
I am no good at this.
Right.
I am
like,
no good at this.
You know what? When I press the button to hit the other person, I hit that person.
I wouldn't rule out like streaming it ever. No plans to immediately. Like I said, next stream I'd like to do Bayonetta 2, but I wouldn't hold my breath for a review.
Oh right, like a full.
Right. Yeah.
Probably not gonna happen. Yeah, we could probably stream it and maybe have a couple laughs.
Cultural appropriation equal how culture works. Yes.
That's true.
That's exactly how culture works.
That's the melting pot.
I've always thought the concept of cultural appropriation was stupid.
Well, I mean, it can be done negatively, of course. To say.
Well, at that point, it's not cultural appropriation. It's just making fun of somebody. If you're thinking of like the college, Indian mascots.
Oh no, I'm more thinking about like advertisers who like use certain cultural tropes to like sell to specific people, and like that can be like exploitative. But
I don't think it's the same thing as cultural appropriation, though. That's just
maybe that's a different thing.
Advertisers being bad at advertising.
I suppose.
All right. The Blue Prism says, "Hey Jack,
I'm Jack.
I am making a ground beef meat sculpture of Rich. What cut of beef should I use?"
Porterhouse.
Rich, what is your favorite Sierra adventure game? There's a lot of good ones. If I absolutely had to choose, it would probably be Quest for Glory 2. Which I'm not sure about streaming the Quest for Glory games. While I think they're great adventure games, there is grinding involved, and it would slow down the funny dialogue.
Yes, you've talked about that before.
Yeah. There are stats to level up.
Oh.
worst one is leveling up sneaking.
Sneaking?
Sneaking. You can play as a thief
Oh,
in the
okay.
Quest for Glory games, which I love, by the
Uh-huh.
way. You can just break into people's houses. in the first one, you can
Sure.
just walk around at night, pick their locks, and you know if your sneaking stat isn't high enough, you might wake them up.
Okay, sounds great.
But the only way you can level up sneak is just by walking everywhere slowly while sneaking, and it takes forever to level up, and you just cross the screen.
Oh, yeah.
That part is the worst.
That sounds like a big pain in the butt.
Yeah, that part. But then again, you don't necessarily have to sneak.
Right.
It might be another way to solve your problem. So I don't know.
Nope, only sneaking, Rich. Only sneaking.